Hello, I'm ABXToyCam. Welcome back to another future feature video. One of the things people love to know about Minecraft is exactly what's coming in the future, and we usually have a pretty good idea as to what's coming in the next update, in this case 1.9, but not too much beyond that. So 1.10, 1.11, we don't know so much right now. However, a lot of the Minecraft developers do make broad mentions on Twitter and on Reddit as to things they're working on in some form right now or in the future, and I thought it'd be cool to go through these because they give us the ideas to what is coming in 1.10 and 1.11, or maybe even beyond that. So hopefully you do all enjoy the video. If you do like it, please do like it and let me know, because it helps out the channel and lets me know you do like the future feature video. But let's get straight to the video already. And just a quick clarification, not all of these are guaranteed. I'd say there's something being worked on or being thought about, but that doesn't mean it's guaranteed. It just means it's a lot more likely than a random feature you name right now. So let's just get straight into the list, shall we? With the first one here, which is actually custom trapdoors, kind of like how there's custom fences and custom fence gates, because just after 1.7 came out and they added all the different colors of fences, fence gates, etc., the Mulk Miner actually mentioned on Twitter how they'd love to do trapdoors next. It didn't come in 1.8 and it isn't in 1.9 so far, but it's presumably still on the table, because right now there is this bizarre gap how some, of the wooden features can be colored and some cannot, and yeah, trapdoors are the one they mentioned they want to do next. Admittedly, they did add iron trapdoors, but I'd really love to see more than that, because we have two right now. I'd love to see all the different wood colors, and even maybe a nether brick trapdoor. I could see that being pretty cool, and yeah, custom trapdoors are something coming in the future. I imagine this one is sooner rather than later, because it's such an easy feature that makes a lot of builders happy, and generally speaking, they do just tend to add those at the end of updates. So you might even see this in 1.9, but for the most part, probably a little bit after that. The second feature here is actually to do with the nether. So as we all know, there is a lot of empty space above the nether that doesn't really do too much besides maybe making a gold farm. They've mentioned how they want to use this space for something else, so they don't intend to remove it. They do intend to actually use it for something else. What that something else is, they were kind of cryptic about, but we know that there is some plan internally to change the above the nether ceiling into something else, and I think that's kind of exciting. So the next idea here is another one that I think could be coming in 1.9, because it does fit the theme of the update, because Dinnerbone mentioned about 2 years ago how he was playing around with the bows and adding new enchantments to them. He said he didn't necessarily want this as an enchantment, but he was playing around with something that made the bow shoot faster or shoot slower in exchange for doing more damage, and he said it didn't feel right as an enchantment, but he definitely wanted to put it in the game. So yeah, I think it'd be cool if they did add a new way, a new way to shoot bows slower or faster to add more or less damage, because there are sometimes when you really want super powerful shots and it just doesn't feel like you're doing it powerful enough, and there are sometimes when you want to spam arrows, and sometimes, it just feels like the bow's not set up to do both. I'd love it if you could either get like a different type of bow, imagine you could do that as a short bow, as a long bow, or just have like a speed enchantment on the bow, which makes it, somewhere in between the two of those. I'd like to see something like that, and yeah, that's something Dinnerbone has mentioned he'd like to do, and since we do need new enchantments anyway, I'd love to see that. So yeah, number 4 here is actually more sea life, because the sea is a very dead place in Minecraft, especially if you look at a deep ocean. If you find an ocean monument and you find some guardians there, that's kind of nice, but besides that, what is there? Like the squid, and that's about it. Maybe you find a chicken that turns into a duck, but that's all you're going to find in the water. So more sea life is something they'd like to add. Turtles are an idea they've suggested, and just more sea life in general would be pretty cool. So yeah, that's something they have hinted they want to put in the game, and it's something I'd definitely be on board with. So next up, we have more ores and more caves. So it's interesting that both these ideas were mentioned together by Dinnerbone. Again, in response to someone saying, what do you want to do with the whole caving system? And I'm totally on board with this, because he said he wants more ores and more cave types. And the fact that he mentioned them together makes me think that perhaps these two, features are perhaps linked. Perhaps you could have new types of caves, because right now you kind of get one type of cave, you find ravines and stuff, but, the cave that you find, it kind of is the same set of rooms over and over again. Imagine you found an entirely wacky different cave, kind of like super vertical and horizontal, like diagonal, I guess, and in that cave specifically you could find a new ore. It'd be really exciting, because then you'd be looking for a type of cave rather than using the caves as a mean to an end, and I think that would be kind of great. So let's just imagine a new ore, let's call it Ruby for now. You only find it in these super steep diagonal caves. As soon as you find that, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna look around this place, and if you just make it massive, like imagine the size of a ravine, you could make it a really cool place to explore, especially if you make it kind of deadly with lots of falls, because again, it's diagonal, you can do that. I think that would be kind of an exciting idea right there. So more cave types, more ores are something that Dinnerbone has mentioned. He's not actually working too much on the game itself right now, so again, 1.10, 1.11, somewhere in that far future, but it is something they do still think needs some work. A lot of people think, oh yeah, we have all the ores we need now. I don't think that's true at all. So the next suggestion here is actually to do with maps, because they want to add more customization on them, more colors, more more the ability for texture packs to actually do stuff with them, because right now, you know, you can kind of rechange the map from texture pack to texture pack, but you can't do too much beyond that. So I guess I'm glad it's on the table. It's not something I'd noticed too much, but it's something they do intend to add clearly. So next up here, we do have more dimensions, and the big one that's always mentioned is the sky dimension, but truth be told, the sky dimension is more fitting as the end. But when he says, when Didderbone says more dimensions, I assume he means entirely other things that haven't been entirely thought up. So yeah, more dimensions could be the sky dimension, but more likely there's just going to be a fourth dimension of some form. And yeah, he mentioned this on a podcast relatively recently, actually, which is, you know, it means it's, you know, good for the future of that thing, and I think that's kind of exciting. So yeah, next up we have more rare structures and terrain changes. So this was mentioned before 1.9, where we got the snow igloo, but that's not really everything. And the reason this is, you know, something I think they want to do is because every biome needs to be special in some way, and the things that makes most biomes so special are the fact that you can find something rare there. So jungles are extra cool because you can find jungle temples there. Swamps are extra cool because you can find Witch's Hut. Now snow biomes have gone cooler because you can find igloos as of 1.9, and I think, you know, adding more stuff in there is going to be pretty cool. They mentioned one by name, which is the Mesa Temple, and they've also mentioned how they want to go crazy with the world generation algorithms. That's something, a brand new flair from Sarge, and basically these things combined should make the world more interesting, because I think one of the things about Minecraft is they do need to give it a shake-up every couple of years to make it more interesting to people, because every time, you know, when the new biomes came out, everyone was excited. Now it's just the normal. I think if you just mix it up, like I said, add new structures, add new kind of biome generation tools every couple of years, you can make things more exciting for players, and that's something they clearly intend to do. So next up, a nice simple one. It was something they showed off once in a screenshot a long time ago, so it could be abandoned, but they did show off the minecart dispenser once, and it's not properly in the game yet, as I understand it. So that means the minecart dispenser might be coming in the future. Maybe it's on their to-do list and they just haven't got around to it, because how often do you really need it? I think it could be used for a lot of cool things, because if you make, you know, you make it activate when it goes over certain rails, you could make it fire at a certain time, you know, put some timing on that, or you could make it fire at lots of different places. I think you could do some things of that. I don't think it's quite as important as a minecart hopper, but, you know, people with redstone can do some pretty crazy things, minecarts do some crazy things, and I think if you just give people that tool, it'd be great. So minecart dispenser was shown off once a long time ago, hasn't been shown since, but, you know, the hope is still there. So next up, we have one from Sarge here that is custom tabs and preset inventory layouts for the creative inventory, because right now the creative inventory, as we all know, it's the 10 tabs and then you can search through it, but that's not convenient for everyone. And I think, you know, something that's especially big now the Pocket Edition and the console have separate creative menus, is to make sure that, you know, you can have it so you can set it up in a way that's familiar to you, because I think the fact that I have to memorize 3 different creative layouts to play creative on 3 platforms is kind of crazy, and I'd like to see it so you could just, you know, have one uniform, or have all 3 layouts across all 3. So if you prefer the PC, you can use that on all 3. If you prefer the console, you can use that on all 3, etc. And they have mentioned they want to change that and actually even add custom tabs to it, which I think would be exciting, because, you know, right now when you go into mods, you have the page 2, that's a Forge thing. I imagine you could have a whole separate page of your own tab, so you could have a favorite items one, you could have like my weird building map stuff. I just think that'd be great, even if it's saved per map, if it's saved for your character. I think it'd work either way. So besides that, something else they mentioned is having seamless slab blocks. This one is from Grum himself, actually, and all bark logs being possible to get in survival, because right now, because 2 half slabs aren't really a full block, even though they kind of are, so they want to make that better. But also the all bark block would be really cool, in my opinion, because, you know, have you ever been building something where you need to have the wood facing? You have to do lots of tricky maneuvering to make sure the wood is facing the wrong way. I prefer just all bark blocks, so you can have the corner blocks always be done in a nice, easy way. So yeah, all bark blocks pretty awesome in my opinion, and that was something suggested by Grum quite recently again. So minecarts usable as boats. I think I might have mentioned this in a previous feature video, but yeah, they've actually mentioned how they want to make quite a few minecarts improvements, probably in 1.10. They mentioned that directly, and minecarts usable as boats, another thing they mentioned a while ago, is something I just love to see, because 1.9 we got the brand new type of paddleable boats. I just love to see it if we could have minecart boats too. You don't even have to make them so good. I just love it if, you know, you could have a minecart which flies off into the water, stays in the water for a bit, then goes back on a track. Or maybe you could make a brand new type of minecart that can, or maybe you can make like a combination, like the minecart boat. I just love to see somewhere in which that can happen. I'm picturing an amazing scene in my head where you have a roller coaster that flies people into water, and then, I don't know, I feel like something great could be done there, and I'd love to see that. So, minecart improvements are happening in 1.10, not just the minecarts as boats, presumably other things to make them more stable and stuff, but that's the one that's most exciting to me. So, another thing they mentioned directly is they want to have all Pocket Edition features on the PC, and 1.9 made some really serious changes here, like beetroot, like the boats, like all these sorts of things, but there are still quite a few Pocket Edition exclusive features, including some new ones coming in the next update. So these will be coming to the PC at some point. They've said that guaranteed, and that indirectly means they'll be coming to the console edition. So yeah, all PE features will be coming to the PC version and therefore the console, which is exciting. So yeah, next up here we have another one from Dinnerbone. This is another enchantment suggestion that I think would be cool, because basically someone suggested an enchantment that makes blocking, more strong, and he said that could be fun, but he actually wants to fit it into a different system he's working on soon. This was before 1.9 was in development, so maybe, the shield system's what he's talking about, but I still think that an enchantment to make blocking more powerful, even if it's on the shield, would be something I'd like to see. So yeah, enchantment for blocking would be cool and nice, and I think it's something that they intend to put in there. So besides that, we have improved camera controls. Right now you have 3 options, and that's not really ideal. I'm sure you've all seen your camera bug out a little bit at some point, but yeah, I'd love to see like a 4th option for 360 degrees, or just like ability to slightly change the angle on third person. Or yeah, honestly, like I don't play too much third person, but I guess it would be nice to do something there. So yeah, it's something they do intend to work on. Better camera controls right there. So next up, we have being able to make the world's border center slowly move. So if you've ever played a PC UHC, it's got the world borders that slowly shrink in, but you can't move the center as I understand it right now. Something they want to add is they want to make it so you can move the center around, so like the edges kind of move in each direction. I think this could make some really crazy cool minigames, and I'd like to see that. So yeah, besides that, we have a more user-friendly launcher. This is what Dinnerbone is working on right now. This could even be done before 1.9, but yeah, they have mentioned how they want to have a better launcher. The current one is, kind of been a work in progress for a while. So yeah, Dinnerbone and I believe some other people are working on that right now to make it a bit more user-friendly. That's a PC kind of exclusive feature because there's no launcher on the PE or the console, just in case you are curious. So yeah, more user-friendly launcher. Next up, we have one from Sarge here, which is actually to do with signs, because on signs right now, if you want to have colors, or on lots of things if you want to have colors, you have to use the funny squiggly S sign that I have no idea what it's actually called, but you have to use that, and on the console you can use that too. They want to make it so that can be done without using that ridiculous S, because, not everyone even has access to that. Like, only one console has access to it, and on the PC, nobody actually has the keys, so you have to use the alt code combination. I don't know what the alt combination is, so you have to research it, and basically, yeah, it's just too much of a mess to do too much little effort, and I just prefer a system where it's built in, and that's something Sarge wants to put into the game. So something they've kind of hinted, it's kind of like an opposite hint, you can tell me what you think. Basically, in response to people saying that maybe mobs could have different weapons, they said that there's no plans right now for entities to use the offhand slot, but it might be a potential change in the future. So basically, they're suggesting maybe, a skeleton could spawn with both a bow and a sword, because right now they can spawn one or the other. That could be a cool combination. You could have a zombie which spawns with 2 swords that tries to attack you. There's so many cool opportunities, because right now you can give them the second weapon and they don't use them, and to me that seems like a waste. So they're making the code for it now because they have to. They said it's cleaner, but it's something they're considering doing in the future, or I don't know, you can interpret that how you want. They're saying, oh, there's no plans right now, but it might be in the future. I don't know what to take from that, but I do see it could happen, and they might want to happen, and it's easy to make it happen. So yeah, that's that. That's 20 more future features coming to Minecraft. I hope you did all enjoy today's video. If you did like it, please do like the video and let me know, because it helps out the channel a lot, and lets know you do like these future videos. Like I mentioned, it's gonna be a while before I can do another one, because like I mentioned, we've gone through all of them now, or I don't know if we did mention that yet, but yeah, we've gone through all of the future features mentioned so far. Of all of these, some will be in 1.10, some will be in 1.11, and some will be in the far future beyond that, and honestly some won't ever come. But it's the thing about Minecraft developers, where if they have a great idea for a feature, even if they haven't made it yet, it's still way more likely to make its way to the game than just a random thing at the feed. So yeah, here's just your brief look into the future of Minecraft. I think it sounds pretty cool. My favourite features are like the bow enchantment, the blocking enchantment, more ores and caves. There's just so much I think to look forward to in the future, even just beyond 1.9. I think Minecraft's pretty cool. So I hope you did all enjoy today's video. Please do like it if you did like it, share if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here. I make videos like this every single day on my channel, and if subscribed, you'll see them daily on your homepage. Leave a comment down below, let me know which your favourite of these 20 features were, and because, I have my favourites, I'm curious to see what yours are. And besides that, I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.